Welcome back. We're here with Crimzon Clover now.
World Ignition.
Crimzon Clover World Ignition, you're right. Version 1.02.
Cruising USA Crimzon Clover.
Let's see here. Shoot, block, break. Yep, everything's how I like it.
Oh, I miss break mode.
Me too. What should I play, Andy? You're good.
Well, you said you have to unlock the Type Z, right?
Yeah.
So you just got to collect a bunch of stars for that. So I think you can get more in normal arcade mode or original.
Yeah.
But boost mode might be easier to get through the game with. I don't know if it counts continues or not, so.
Let's try original for now, and I'll.
Sure.
I have to admit, I'm partial to the Type 1 personally.
I like the Type 1 and the Type 3.
Mm-hmm.
Not a huge fan of the Type 2 though.
One thing that kind of bugs me about Type 3 is that the satellites look kind of like enemy ships in a way when you're in the middle of it, you know?
I guess.
You know, hey. Oh, fine. If you don't have that problem, you're great, Andy. I'm sorry. Alright, let's see. I haven't played this in a couple... the guy's in the chat, so I have to be like, I haven't played this in a couple of hours. No,
apparently Blackbird, the community manager guy, is offering to hop into the chat here and do some live commentary with us.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Can you, if you could, message me at, Evan Slowbeef at Skype, or Evan Slowbeef on Skype, that's EFFINSLOWBEEF. Did I spell that right? I was in the middle of shooting things, so.
Did very well.
Cool.
I sent it out in chat, so hopefully you should get a invite from him soon.
Cool. Let's see if that, Blackbird, you said his name was?
Yeah, Blackbird HM.
Alright.
Let's talk some Crimzon Clover.
Indeed. I'm down
I
with
love all
that.
the stars in this game. It's so satisfying.
Oh, I like how they all, like, jump into you.
There's constant feedback, and it's wonderful.
Now,
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say, I usually double break here on the tank bridge, you know? But, I've heard that it's actually better to do it right after when all those ships are coming towards you.
Yeah, I think it's better to do it afterwards because you can keep your multiplier up by killing them all.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's going way up. I see.
Well, no, that's just your break rate. That's like you don't actually have a multiplier going right now.
Oh, well I got 2.4s now, so
that's when you kill a bunch of enemies with your lock-on, that gives you a temporary multiplier.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that you want to kind of not kill stuff until you've done a big lock-on and killed everything in one shot, and then you start shooting and keep your multiplier going by killing more stuff.
I see.
But yeah, there's a lot of difference between just trying to play for survival and going for score.
Gotcha. Well, right now, I have to be honest with this game. I'm still in, like, just go for score mode, or the survival mode, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's funny because I have had a run where I died on, like, stage 3, and I've gotten better scores than people who have gotten all the way to stage 6 or beaten the entire game. Because it's just they either continued all the way through or just, like, didn't bother doing any big scoring stuff.
Alright, let's double break for the boss, even though that's dangerous, but whatever.
How's that dangerous?
Huh?
How's that dangerous?
I thought break mode makes, like, everybody, like, shoot more frequently and stuff.
I think that might only be on boost mode.
Oh.
I think it might change his pattern, but I don't really see his attacks getting a whole lot different when you go into break.
Alright, now that boss 1's dead. Oh, there he is, Blackbird. Let me add him to the group call.
Yep.
Cool. And let's get some stars so I can unlock that Type Z. I think I was 27% last I checked, but... Blackbird.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Very good. I see a question in the chat. How much Ketsui did I play during the development of this game? I think you have a misconception there. I'm actually just the publisher.
Okay.
The developer of this game is a gentleman named Yatsubane, and he did almost all of the development for this game.
Right.
He was the programmer. He did the art assets. It was pretty much just him over the course of 7 years. He developed this game, so I can't take any credit for that. I don't know how much Ketsui he played, but
let me just see where the hang up button is. No, I'm joking. No, what do you call it? That's awesome though. Thank you for dropping in.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy to. I saw your video over on YouTube, and you were probably having more fun than should be legally allowed playing video games. So,
When Slobby likes something, he really likes something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like very little, so...
There was just this amazing childlike glee that came about when you discovered the true last boss, and I laughed probably more than I should have.
It was pure joy.
Yeah, it was like pure gaming joy, so definitely very fun.
Awesome. Yeah, no.
Basically...
Go on. Go ahead. I'm busy dodging stuff.
You're busy blowing things up.
Yeah.
We got break mode going.
But,
basically, the reaction to Crimzon Clover has been really amazing. So, Degika wants me to kind of come around and see if I can't do a little bit more for the fans. There are a few things coming down the pipeline. Unfortunately, I can't say too much yet because, yeah.
No, I understand, yeah.
Industry secrets.
Right. Development cycles, product launch. I understand. I mean, if you wanted to tell this stream, you know, it's everyone can keep it in confidence, but I understand if, you know, the man's keeping you down on that one. No, that's cool though that there's stuff coming in the pipe, you know.
Yeah, one thing I have heard that Crimzon Clover is definitely going to come to some other platforms sometime soon. I can't say exactly what yet because it's not finalized, but that's something to look for.
Definitely.
Cool. Maybe we'll get to see it on your Xbox or PS4.
Or your Wii U, or your
it's
or your
theoretically possible.
Or your Atari Lynx.
Atari Lynx,
Commodore 64.
TurboGrafx 16.
Sky's the limit.
Indeed. Don't hold back on us. Do you want to give it to us on the? Fuck! I already said TurboGrafx. I can't think of anything. I'm shooting stuff.
Gamecom.
Definitely. So did it get like more like a bigger reaction than you were expecting? You think, or is it like Crimzon Clover?
Bigger reaction?
Did you know you had a hit on your hands with this, or as big as it was?
That's difficult for me to gauge because although I've seen although I've seen figures for Crimzon Clover, I don't have any basis for comparison.
I understand. So you're the community manager?
That's right.
Gotcha. What is so like where can I go if I want to meet up with the Crimzon Clover fan base? Like, do you have like official forums or anything like that? I can go to.
We don't have forums specifically for Crimzon Clover yet. So far, the areas that I've been interacting with fans, I've been on Shmups forum, I've been on the official Steam forums.
Do you have a copy of the official Shmup glossary?
The official Shmup glossary.
That's the thing. There's a Shmup glossary apparently.
Well, I maintain a compendium of Shmup soundtracks, which includes almost every Shmup ever made, so if there's a Shmup, I've probably heard of it.
I'll tell you the truth, actually, I've only gotten into Bullet Hell, kinda, or Danmaku, or whatever you want to call it, or STG. There's a million names, that's why you need the glossary. But,
yeah.
But I've only gotten into those specifically very recently, and it's because of Crimzon Clover, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Was Crimzon Clover the first Bullet Hell you played?
Unless you count Ikaruga, which I know a few people don't, you know. But Ikaruga I had played before, but that's kind of a different animal in a way, you know. So this one's a little more, I think, the official first Bullet Hell I've ever played, you know.
Ikaruga is more of like a puzzle game, I think. To get the high score, you have to play it the way they say.
Right. It's like, yeah, I guess puzzle's the way to look at it. It's like a different way of thinking, because you're not just actively like trying to dodge things or look for like openings and stuff. It's more like focusing your attention on one thing at a time. But Crimzon Clover is kind of, I guess, I've played really this, Succeed, Toho, and a couple others now, and I think Crimzon Clover I like because it keeps the intensity really high.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's
sure.
There's like there's no time to really think. It's like all just reaction and stuff. It's very zen.
It's got break mode.
Indeed. Oh, and break mode, yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. When I'm getting into the zone, when I'm playing a shmup, I do kind of experience a sense of zen. That feeling when you're in like a double break mode and you're just doing your tap dodges left or right through this crazy, insane pattern, and it's kind of like the bullets are all just sort of flowing by you, but not actually hitting you. Mm-hmm. And there's just kind of that zen moment where you're like, yeah, I'm blowing up everything, I'm dodging everything, I'm completely owning this, you know? That's the feeling that I enjoy some of the most about shmups.
You know what's funny is there's a YouTube channel called Idea Project, which I think is actually an offshoot of PBS, but they actually talk about whether or not like bullet hells can be considered like meditative, because they're kind of a genre that you can't really think about what you're doing because you'll be overwhelmed. So you kind of have to like do everything on sort of autopilot, you know? Or they
yeah. A lot of times I think players kind of practice routes until they've memorized them so well that it becomes like muscle memory.
Uh-huh.
And then you're not really necessarily thinking about individual moves. You're just kind of being in a flow of movements. And it's only if something like really unexpected or unusual happens that it kind of takes you out of that.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Let me ask you this: you say you've amassed like a big shmup soundtrack collection. What is the best one? What's your favorite shmup soundtrack?
The favorite shmup soundtrack?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, that would be really...
I asked the tough questions. It's hard hitting. You thought this was going to be a nice PR thing where it's but no, this is the front line.
No, this is real talk.
This is hardball.
I don't know. I have always had a soft spot for Raiden. That's probably because I played it as a kid. Let me think here. Probably I like the Towns version of the Raiden soundtrack the best.
Okay.
I think it has really good sound quality.
Nice.
But that's one of my favorites. The game we were just playing, Exceed, that has a soundtrack by SSH, and you can't listen to that without air guitaring.
Yeah, no, that's an awesome soundtrack.
Definitely one of my favorites. Certainly enjoy Ketsui's soundtrack. Manabu Namaki is one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. He's composed music for a lot of cave games and made a lot of excellent soundtracks over the years. What else? Oh, the Black Label soundtrack for Dodonpachi Daijikatsu. Excellent soundtrack. Legendary.
Nice.
I think my favorite song from the first, or not the first, sorry, just Dodonpachi is just the first stage. I listen to that, then I get killed, but it's cool because I listen to the first stage.
It has that kind of guitar wail that starts the stage, and it makes you feel like you're flying directly into danger.
Yeah, the danger zone. I think
you're on the highway to danger zone.
Right.
So I have a question. How did he did you guys go to him to publish the game, or did he come to you?
I don't actually know that because I was signed onto the company just recently. I wasn't actually there for the initial signing process. That's certainly something I could inquire about.
Yeah, because I know this game did get a release on the PC before, but it wasn't this World Ignition, and then it got a port to an arcade version, or something along those lines.
Yeah, the World Ignition version of Crimzon Clover is a port from the arcade version of Crimzon Clover, which was the Nessica arcade version. which was itself an upgrade from the original Dojin version of Crimzon Clover, which came out at Comic Cat 79, I think.
Yeah, I think I remember first hearing about it back in 2010, 2009, around there.
Yeah, I think it came out late in 2010.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what I'm doing. Oh, if I continue, I lose the stars. I got it. So, damn it, Andy, you didn't tell me that.
I think you still keep them, like, for your progression. It just doesn't show up in your current score anymore because I think it resets it.
Then chat lied to me. Something's wrong. No.
Oh no, I have like never done a 1cc of arcade mode on regular difficulty, but I've still gotten the Type C.
Well, I mean, that's gonna be the ultimate goal is the 1cc. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you call it? Let me ask you this, if somebody wanted to get into Crimzon Clover, is there like, I guess there's always novice mode, but I was gonna say, like, if you wanted to introduce someone to Bullet Hell, and let's say you couldn't say Crimzon Clover because I know that's the one you want to say. Like, what do you think is a good like introduction to this genre?
A good gateway bullet shmup,
yeah.
if you will. I've heard a lot of recommendations regarding this topic. I think my introduction to it was actually Mushihime Samakutari, which also has a novice mode in it. That is an extremely good shmup, but it's a little obscure. It can be hard to find.
That's a cave one, right?
Yes, it is.
That's the...
it's region-free, though, so you can play it on any Xbox 360.
Oh, nice.
That's the one that you all see in the YouTube videos of the
hardest boss
game.
ever.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like some secret final boss thing, right?
Touhou is an excellent gateway bullet hell game because the patterns are very beautiful. I think they're very aesthetically pleasing, and they move, most importantly for a novice, they move slowly, so that you kind of get time to appreciate them and sort of figure out how to weave through them. So I found that to be a pretty good game for novices. Another game that's pretty good, that I've heard recommended to me many times, is a game called Blue Wish Resurrection. It's a freeware bullet hell game, and apparently that has a pretty forgiving difficulty curve as well.
I still have to try that one.
That's another one to start with. And of course, I do think Crimzon Clover I would also recommend because it has the novice mode. It's pretty easy to start out on, and I just think it's a fantastic game overall.
To be frank, it's the one that got me into it too, and not even really novice mode, but just like how intense it kind of like the speed it like kind of keeps at, you know. So I did like Touhou when I played it. It was a little I can't say slow, like, you know, because a game like that's not really ever slow paced because you're still weaving through everything, but like it's not.
It's definitely sparse in the first few levels.
Yeah.
Whereas Crimzon Clover, it's like, you want break mode? Do you want to kill everything on the screen?
Yeah.
There you go. Go do it,
buddy. It does throw you directly into the action. I mean, very much from the first enemies, you're thinking about how do I fill my break gauge quickly? How do I get to break as quickly as possible? Like, you're engaged right from the beginning of the game.
Yeah, totally. It's like it hits the ground running, and it's like, yeah, and it just kind of keeps upping the ante more or less, you know. I think I'm on stage 4 right now, and it's like where things get kind of nuts. But then stage 5 is like just crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry if I'm missing any stuff in chat, guys.
Oh no. Totally.
I'm trying to watch that and respond to the questions at the same time here.
Oh, definitely, yeah. So, chat, do you have any do you have anything for Black? Sorry, I got distracted there. Chat, do you have anything for Blackbird? We're happy to pass off questions too, you know.
We are taking your calls.
We are taking your calls. We have a break rate of 173.
They will be screen calls.
Oh wow, you know what? I never noticed you're sideways on this section of the game. Did you ever see that, Andy?
Yeah, that's a bonus for anybody who flips their monitor vertical. Because it actually has an option for that. I tried to do it, but I don't quite have enough clearance on my desk to do it. My monitor rotates, but I don't have enough space on my desk, so... Sadly, I have to play horizontally like a shoot-'em-up scrub. I was actually going to say, a while back I told you that I think stages 4 and 5 had a different soundtrack in Unlimited mode.
Yeah.
I lied. All of the stages have a different soundtrack.
That is correct.
That's amazing.
I did not even notice.
I remember you said that about stages 4 and 5. That's really cool.
Yeah, actually the new tracks for the unlimited mode of stage 4 and 5, those were actually just added in World Ignition.
Oh,
and maybe
so
the third stage too. I think it used to be that it was just the first 3 stages that had extra soundtrack for unlimited. I see a question here. What's my favorite boss in Crimzon Clover? I really like the stage 2 boss.
Same.
I kind of like the introduction to that boss battle where you kind of descend into this inactive volcano, and then this big hulking, multi-armed monstrosity just kind of corners you in the crater, and you have to shoot your way out.
I like it because there's so many parts to destroy on him.
Yeah, you can blow off all of the arm parts. Have you ever seen the bug where the boss, if you destroy it sometimes, it'll get flung way off screen?
No.
There's a really rare bug on the stage 2 boss where if you blow off its arm segments, it'll just like slingshot way off the screen. It's really hilarious. It's like you snap one of its little arms and it's like you snapped a rubber band, it just goes.
And you're saying this is a bug?
It might be a feature.
I would have no problem with this bug.
It might be a feature.
I'm also a fan of Diabolos, the 4th boss. I like him. He's a great one. But yeah, I think stage 2, I'm blanking on his name, actually. I did know it at one point. It was like, it's Hex...
Hecaton chairs.
I think?
Something like that, yeah. Gosh. Now I'm itching to play unlimited mode suddenly, but
I think the boss design is really one of the strong points of this game. It's very interesting boss design for all of the bosses.
It's really kind of stunning that this was one person, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like something that's completely... like you'd need like a whole staff for, you know? Just like...
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is easily one of the best shoot-'em-ups I've ever played, and the fact that it was made by a single guy is just nuts.
Totally crazy.
I remember when the original Dojin version came out, the Shmups forum community just completely flipped out over this game. There was like a 100-page thread about it. Recently there was a poll about the best Dojin shooting games of all time. And this game was among the top 3, if not the top Dojin shooting game ever made. So
I would agree.
The fans definitely like it, and I think the quality of the game is apparent just looking at the level of polish that it has.
I think actually the music was done by someone else.
Yeah, the composer is a gentleman named Koteki, I think his name is.
But even so...
Oh, still, I mean, yeah, this is just...
This is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is evidence, too, that Crimzon Clover is is definitely harder than Exceed, because...
Yeah, no, it's definitely...
I think I'm on my 20th credit at this point, but...
Like, I've done a bunch of 1CCs, and I still have yet to get one on Crimzon Clover.
Yeah.
Working on it.
I can't beat arcade mode. I can 1CC novice, but arcade mode is a bit much for me still. I gotta up my game.
And then someday unlimited.
I don't know about that.
Someday.
I was thinking too, like, not only is it impressive that it's done by one person, but it's also kind of brave to work on something for 7 years, and you know, you have to hope that people like it, because if they don't, that's like 7 years that you work so hard and it just becomes like unnoticed or whatever. So very glad that it is a good game and it's done well, because that's a lot of work.
Well, I think the best way to kind of put an example of that is Cave Story.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing where one guy worked on a game for 6-7 years and it ended up being really, really good and everyone loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't think as many people are going to like this as much because it's a bit harder.
Right. Yeah,
I think the tricky thing about these games, like this genre, is because I guess is the way I felt too, is that it looks like very experts only. You know, like you don't like if you're not into shoot 'em ups, like games like Bullet Hells look like completely inaccessible. But like,
yeah, for me it just looks like nonsense. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I remember feeling the same way when I first discovered Bullet Hells. I think one of my introductions to them was actually that hardest boss ever video, or maybe it was a video of the original Mushi-hime-sama True Last Boss.
Right.
And I remember just seeing all of these bullets just like wave down on this player, and just kind of mentally thinking like, how could you possibly survive that?
That's exactly it. And I felt exactly the same way. Like, you look at it and you're like, wow, the people who do this must just do nothing else but play these games, you know? But it's like...
Then you realize that, like, 90% of those bullets are not aimed at you.
Uh-huh.
There's all tricks, yeah.
You just gotta tune all the stuff you don't need out.
Yeah, you just have to kind of get in there and try it. And, like, once I started playing these sorts of games, I realized that a lot of this stuff was actually really doable.
Yep.
You know, it takes a little bit to learn to kind of visually read the bullets because there's so much happening on screen that it can be a little bit overwhelming at first. But, like, once you kind of learn to, like, kind of ignore the bullets that are unimportant and just focus on the ones that are,
right.
I think it becomes a lot more manageable.
Yeah, because it's definitely something where you tend to really focus your attention on different regions of the screen rather than everything in the game as a whole, you know? Because you just kind of can't.
So
yeah,
Blackbird, I've got
like a person just watching it. I'm looking everywhere. I don't know where you're looking. I only know that I'm looking at like the whole screen all at once all the time, so it just looks insane.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things like, yeah, like right now I'm kind of just looking like right above my ship, kind of, and then just sort of looking to the right because I'm looking for like openings on where the hell to go, you know, but...
You just gotta get to that Zen mode.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of find myself rapidly looking from the top of the screen back down to the hitbox of my ship.
That's exactly.
To kind of like get an idea of the trajectory, and then just look at the hitbox for like the fine tuning of the movement.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Like you look up to see like what's coming your way, more or less, and then back down to actually weave through it. I guess. Yeah. I'm still new to this stuff, so I can completely. But yeah, there's like a whole like notion of like either you just you see like a volley of something and you try to just avoid it altogether, or you kind of like go into the focus lock and then say, all right, let me see if I can actually get between some of these things.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Clover is that there's just no time to think at all. It's like you just really have to just get like a general strategy and just run for it and hope that you had the right idea.
So I've got a question for you, Mutant from Mutant 1988.
Sure.
He's asking if the company you work for specialize in publishing doujin games, I guess? Doujins?
Yeah, I would say that. I think Crimzon Clover is actually our first shmup. The majority of our other games are fan-made projects from a program called RPG Maker VX Ace. They're essentially JRPGs that fans have made using that development toolkit. And,
here we go. I found the Dejika, or is it Degika?
Yeah, we do have a page on Steam which lists everything that we currently offer. A lot of RPG Maker projects.
You can browse at your leisure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Sorry, I think you were gonna ask something.
Oh, it's okay. I was seeing in the chat someone asked there is a bug that causes one of the bosses in Crimzon Clover to spawn twice.
That's I can feel that one, Blackbird, if you like.
I do remember that bug. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's an old bug, and it's the worst one because it actually the true final boss I forget exactly how you trigger it, but you can spawn 2 of them, which is like, you know, crazy. So, but that was, I believe, addressed in 1.0.1 of Crimzon Clover. Oh, I read this shit now.
He's subscribed to the Crimzon Clover RSS.
I was always waiting for some, like, crazy, ridiculous player to find some way to exploit the bug to, like, get a higher max score by killing, you know, getting the points for killing 2 of the last boss at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was too crazy, even for the super players, so they had to take that bug out.
I'm actually working on getting a kill for the true final boss without using bomb or break mode. It's not easy.
In which mode?
In arcade normal.
Ah, that's really hard.
I've gotten it down to literally a pixel of life when I die.
It's frustrating.
That was the point. I quit for the night.
What was the, what was I gonna say?
Yeah, just a small plug here. I did see
sure.
a run earlier on YouTube from a user Smash Daisaku.
Yep.
And he actually no-missed the whole game on novice mode, so that's very impressive.
Nice.
He can show you how it's done if you want to no-miss the boss on novice.
Smash is, if it's the same Smash Daisaku, is actually the one Andy and I were talking about doing a 3 kind of thing. Now though, I'm really embarrassed because I'm like have like a 30 credit run going right now, and then he has the no miss, and I'm supposed to play with him. But you know, hey, whatever.
I think actually when I played on novice mode, I also got the no miss, but I kind of had to because I didn't have any lives left. So, but it's not too hard on novice.
So you were trying to kill true final boss. What is it? One credit, no bombs.
No, trying to kill just the boss. I'm going into training mode, and I'm not using bombs or break mode.
Got it. Bomb or break mode. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's definitely possible. I've gotten within like a single pixel of him being dead, but and I died.
I think that's an interesting experiment to try. I guess if I weren't so close to the end of the game now, I would just try it. But
well, that's what training mode is for.
That's exactly right. This boss, I like him. I hate when he smashes into you.
Oh, when he goes into bounce mode?
Yeah.
I have wiped out so many runs getting smashed by that bouncing ball. He makes me rage so hard. You don't even know.
That's the point at which I say, you know what? Break mode. Break mode.
But then
double break mode.
Oh, you might be able to answer this. So break mode doesn't it increase the number of like bullets and things that the bosses like shoot at you, and it's a little more, things are a little more dangerous with break mode, or am I totally wrong on that?
Yes and no. It doesn't increase the number of bullets that the boss shoots at you, but it does increase your ship's speed, which can make it more difficult to dodge the bullets because you can't control your ship as accurately.
It gives you more lock-ons, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I believe break level 1 increases your lock-ons by 4, and then you get an additional 4 on top of that when you double break.
Wow. This I have no strategy for right now. Wow. I am really doing badly on this.
With this pattern... Oh, now he switched patterns.
I love this attack.
This one drives me crazy too. I find this attack to be very visually confusing. It's hard to track where the bullets are going.
Yeah.
It's pretty great though.
That's true. I got stuck in a corner there.
You're just constantly blowing up turrets. So much fun.
Yeah. For that part where he's streaming bullets out of his side and then shooting bullets directly at you, if you get very close to the boss and just kind of slowly tap left and right, trying to stay very close to him, the bullets that are fanning out won't hit you, and then the aim bullets, you can just tap to dodge them when you start shooting them.
So, you definitely know all the cheat codes for this game.
I don't know if there are any.
What's the code for 30 lives?
I don't know if there are any cheats.
How do I get
I've
infinite
never heard
ammo?
of any in any case. I can tell you one little secret.
Mm-hmm.
If you have Type Z unlocked, you can hold the brake button when you're selecting it to see an alternate ship art when you select that craft. It kind of looks like a really souped up version of Type 1.
Huh.
I'll have to try
So
that.
when you get Z unlocked, try that out.
I have it unlocked and I didn't know that, so.
No, Crimzon Clover is the name of the Type 1 ship? Or am I wrong on that?
I think Crimzon Clover actually refers to the true last boss.
Oh, the Type...
They call him the Crimson Heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crimson Heart I've heard, yeah, for him. I thought it was... I figured then it would be like a kind of a, you know... thing,
I could
but-
be really wrong with this. Like, Yatsubane could seriously be raging right now, but...
I don't know that
I
he's
think that's
watching
what it
this.
He's actually been screaming at you so loudly that they had to time him out from chat.
Oh no! What am I fighting for?
Alright, so what are we doing here? We're going training mode.
Oh, you were gonna try the
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna try this
the
little-
no bomb,
Yeah,
no
this
break.
little challenge thing you're doing. So you're doing it on original mode?
Yeah, arcade original, X boss.
0
No.
lives?
I would put 2 lives just in case, because that way you can just restart. Whereas if you die, you have to watch the whole animation and all
Yeah.
that stuff. I'm
Alright.
just going off the honor system, but
Alright, got it. So this is no break, no bomb?
yeah. Oh wait, no, you have to turn off. You've got double brick. It doesn't really matter because it'll wear off the second you spawn in. But
Alright,
yeah, it's pretty hard.
let's see. Yeah, I really... I love the music. I love pretty much everything about this boss.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the last boss a lot. I guess I really enjoy the part where he starts shooting those burst lasers at you, because it almost feels as if you've gotten into a kind of an aerial game of tag with the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Only if the boss
Yeah.
collides with you, you blow up.
Right.
Or it shoots one of the thousands of bullets at you.
Yeah.
It likes to do.
Alright, let's see if you can do this, man.
Alright.
You gotta get the chat rooting for you. Oh no, it's over.
Not to discourage you, but I spent easily over 2 hours trying to do it, and I haven't gotten it yet.
That means if Slow Beef gets it now, you have to like never speak
Yeah.
it or something.
If that happens, then I have to move into the mountains and just play Crimzon Clover for a year with a internet connection, and
Right. Appear like 5 years later with like a crazy looking beard, all disheveled. I'm ready now.
Like
Show
a
you.
samurai, honing your skill with the sword.
After you talk to Father Danmaku.
Only your sword is Crimzon Clover.
he finally bestows the Type Z to me ship. The Type Z ship to me on his deathbed. He's like, "It's your time to use this now."
I'm having a lot of trouble with that second attack, actually. Like when he just kind of rammed. Yeah, alright.
It takes a lot of practice, but the one thing I should say is that I was doing this with the Type Z ship, so it's not you're having a harder time of it because the Type Z ship is really overpowered.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Well, I like the Type 1 ship. I believe in it. Oh, actually...
This it looks like this fan attack is getting you a lot.
yeah, that's the one.
This attack I find very visually disconcerting as well.
The fan attack?
Well, this one, because the projectiles kind of swerve in midair. They have a curved trajectory instead of a straight angle like most shots
Oh,
do.
yeah.
The black hole one.
Yeah.
Yep. That one, yeah. Curve trajectory always kind of throws me a bit. Okay, so that's the first part.
I like how it gets more and more intense with regards to tracking you as this attack goes on.
Yeah. I don't know.
For the fan attack, try after this pattern is over, going to the lower left, waiting like half a second while you hear it charging, and then just like listen for a visual cue. It will, like, you can practice it a few times to get the timing of when he's going to shoot, and then kind of like loop over him.
Alright.
Yeah, that's normally what I do. I kind of do a quick U-turn around the back.
Yeah. And don't try to use lock when you're trying to fly over him, because you fly slower when you're using the lock.
Yeah, he's a pain, this guy.
On the plus side, I have the first 5 to 10 seconds of this song memorized into my brain. It's burned in.
It is a pretty great song, honestly.
It's a great song, except when you hear it like 3 days after you finish playing the game.
Oh.
And you're still hearing it.
Just wake up in a cold sweat.
Well, that's the thing. That's how you can time like how long it takes you to actually, how long you've been doing it for, or how far along you are, is when you hear different parts of the music and such.
Yep.
Crazy stuff. But
Did I say listen for a visual cue? I kind of derped out there.
No, I heard
Sorry,
it.
chat.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Get off the screen. You're
You
done.
lose your talking privileges.
All right. Do you have any insight into Crimzon Clover 2, of if whether or not they're working on that, or whether or not you've heard anything about that?
Sequel? I haven't heard anything about that yet. I think he's... Oh, did I just drop from the chat?
No, you're here. Nope.
Okay. I think he's still working on content for this game at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I know most recently he's been ironing out some of the bugs in the game. We got him some reports of errors that were occurring, and he squashed a lot of bugs so far. I know one of the things he did very recently was add those additional screen resolution options. That was in the last patch, and I know that helped a lot of people who were having problems with full screen.
So apparently there is a new project on the way from the developer.
It's called Garukilla, I think?
Yeah.
Well, what?
Garukilla. I think it's kind of, what's the word for it? I think part of the word is Garuda, like a mythological flying creature.
Yeah.
And I know that game is a horizontally scrolling shooter.
Ah! I made it to the black hole attack this time.
Mm-hmm.
But, sorry, yeah. Sorry, you're thinking it's a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
From what I can tell, it looks to be like twin stick almost?
It might be, yeah, I think so. I remember
like...
seeing some footage about it a little while back. Oh, I think... Did you just get it? I think you did.
I made it, yeah, I made it to
Yeah, you made it.
I did. And then I died on the black hole attack, spoilers, but, you know. Yeah, he,
I'm gonna have to look at Garukilla when it's out, I guess.
Let me see, there might be some early alpha footage on YouTube.
Oh, wait a minute, this was apparently 2 years ago.
Yeah, this is pretty old footage, so I'm sure this isn't representative of what he's got now.
I wonder if it has break mode.
Must have break mode. Break mode is the most awesome thing.
I love break mode.
It really is. That, I think, is what makes Crimzon Clover so good.
Is break mode?
Yeah. Because the other shoot 'em up games, like, you have bombs and stuff. But this one is just... You get to go into super mode and then ultra mode if you really want. And you get to do it a bunch of times instead of just... You have to carefully ration out your bombs. It's like, no, here you go.
What I like about break mode is that it gives kind of a rhythm to the game. You know, you have moments where your weapons are a little bit underpowered and you're kind of just trying to dodge things and take out enemies as best you can. And then you kind of unleash the pain with break mode and really let them have it.
It's pretty cool too, because what I'm finding is usually your like alternate attacks are either a focus thing that lets you like kind of hide in, or a bomb that's your sort of defensive thing. So break mode is kind of a nice offensive sort of like counter attack, you know? So yeah.
I mean, it fulfills a lot of roles. It also gives you those invincibility frames, so you can use it defensively too.
Yep.
You get a point bonus too.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much a high-level mechanic. Like, you can save it for score, or you can just use it to try to avoid the really tough patterns. So I think it creates interesting choices in the game.
Definitely. And it definitely affects, like, you know, scoring and everything, right? Like, I'm not there yet. I'm still at just finishing the game, but you know.
Your break rate doubles when you're in break mode, and then it quadruples, I believe, when you're in double break.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were playing Crimzon Clover for score, you would definitely look for scoring opportunities where you have a large number of popcorn enemies all at once, and some large enemies as well. You know, essentially just sections where you have a really dense amount of enemies to use that break mode on, so that you can get that multiplied break rate on as many of those enemies as you can.
It's like Guitar Mode, or Guitar Hero, I guess, with star power. Now, here's another question. Will this game support the guitar controller?
I've never tried to play this game with a guitar. I know some people have tried playing shmups with driving wheels for racing games, and that's apparently a very entertaining way of handicapping yourself.
Do they have to wear the helmet?
You should probably wear a helmet while you're playing a shmup.
Yeah, you gotta be safe.
Have your seatbelt strapped in.
Yeah, you should probably strap yourself in. It'll get hectic.
You get some really thick glasses, and I do like put my face like up against not up against it, but you know, near the monitor when I'm playing these.
Smash your face against it.
Yeah. Gonna get all eyeballs as close to that little yellow hitbox as possible.
It's not good for you, slow beef. I don't actually know. It probably doesn't matter. We all stare at screens
Someone's telling us that we should try to play Crimzon Clover with the Power Glove.
I'm sure somebody has rigged it up to work as a USB.
Oculus Rift.
The Oculus Rift, right.
Oh gosh, I'm not even sure I want to think about hotel and Oculus Rift. My god, it's made of stars. It would just be a completely mind-blowing experience.
There's definitely some weird stuff on the Oculus Rift already, so...
Oh yeah, totally.
Fishing rod controller.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they're actually going to be more or less popular now that they got bought by Facebook.
Probably be about the same. I think most people have, like, honestly forgotten about that by now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like the hype has kind of died down.
Everybody stopped freaking out when they figured out that it wasn't actually really going to affect development or whatever.
But man, it'll make for some great horror game Let's Plays.
I watched a stream of, again, one of the Giant Bomb guys, using the Oculus Rift for some horror games. He had the dev kit. And there was a horror game which is basically like simulation of you drowning, which was terrifying. Like, you're wearing this thing and it looks like you're drowning. I would just...
Except you can breathe.
Except you can breathe.
Key difference.
You can hold your breath for authenticity, but it's probably not.
Oh, we're going to unlimited mode now.
Yeah. See, I'm not sure if I would find, like, the simulation of me drowning to be enjoyable as a video game. I don't think I would be into that.
Probably not, no. There's actually this experimental game they had in New York, which was kind of a cool thing. I never got to play it though, where you would wear a hood. It was like supposed to be like underwater also, but like it was all audio. There was no visuals to it. So like you would just like have to like use like the audio cues to like look around and stuff. It's supposed to be very claustrophobic and stuff, but I never actually played it, unfortunately. Andy, you're killing me. I'm gonna have to like do this like constantly now.
Are you a naturally claustrophobic person, or?
I'm not, but
I am very much so. Very claustrophobic. It's funny because I live in a studio.
Oh man, I'm just watching this footage here. Unlimited mode is just so brutal.
Oh yeah, I just tried it once because it's fun to try, but you know.
Well, once you practice on unlimited mode, once you go back down to normal, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's like, what? This was actually hard?
I like how the fan attack pattern now looks like a nuclear symbol.
Yeah. Yep.
Unlimited.
I do like how things like kind of change subtly on Unlimited, you know? Where like some of the boss patterns and stuff are just so much more intense that they're almost like different attacks. It's like, you know.
And the game interface turns blood red because, let's face it, you're in hell.
Yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to call it soon.
Yep.
I'll give it...
2 a.m. EST.
Yeah. I'll give it one more shot. And then I gotta go to bed so I can wake up for supermarket stuff. But,
Supermarket sweep?
Exactly. Non-shoot 'em up stuff, unfortunately. But,
you can make it
gotta grab all the turkeys, all of them.
So, Sarah, do you have anything you want to plug before we go?
No, not up to anything in particular at the moment.
Andy?
Yeah, you should buy Crimzon Clover.
You should.
Yeah, there you go.
I will plug that too. Blackbird, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. If you guys are heading out, then maybe just some last-minute questions if anyone has them.
Of course,
yeah. In the chat, if anybody.
And it's yeah.
This could be your last
Go for
chance.
it, chat. It gives me more time to pretend I can do this.
Right. Because we know Slow Beef, he says he's gonna call it soon, and then an hour later he's like, okay, let's...
Alright, yeah. It's like, alright, then we'll go.
Said he's going to call it soon, but
yeah.
that appeal of getting the true last boss one life.
This is not a sponsored stream, I can answer that question. Slow Beef.
No, this is not a sponsored stream.
The only money he will make on this is off of YouTube ads.
No, I came in there and bothered them. That's
Sponsored streams would not be this genuine and enthusiastic.
Alrighty, well, yep, thanks again, everybody.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Of course,
yeah.
Anytime.
A lot of fun.
Definitely. Alrighty, later, folks.
Alright,
Peace.
have a good night.
You too.
Sleep tight,
Thanks.
kiddos.
Don't let the Crimzon Clovers bite.
May the clover of luck always be in your mind.